we're coining the phrase, 2 great parks, 1 destination.
We've got youth that are interested again and really excited about getting on the water to race.
Well, certainly the introduction of terrestrial fish farms is very encouraging for the future.
People come here on a weekend and then they just can't get over how beautiful it is.
Fraser Focus, a fresh perspective beyond the bridge.
Hey guys, welcome to Fraser Focus, local faces and places here in the South Fraser and Fraser Valley region. I'm Leah Bolton.
And I'm Dean Atwell, bringing you stories that are often overlooked by mainstream media. Now the theme for this week is all things water. We're going to take a closer look at the aquaculture industry in the Fraser region.
Also on the water theme, I head to Crescent Beach to visit the junior racing team and I get to go sailing.
And then we head over to the city of White Rock to see what they have on offer for water sports. But first off, as you can see, it's 2 great parks and 1 destination, Cultus Lake.
Let's go.
We have a passion for Cultus Lake. Cultus Lake region is just an amazing place. It's full of nature, natural settings, and BC's #1 water park, Cultus Lake Water Park.
Oh, it's a great attraction. It's huge, it's growing, it's getting better. You add something every couple of years. So
the rides are super fun and super steep, so if you're looking for something cool to go on, come here.
Coming here for at least 15 years or so.
How have you seen it grow here?
It's crazy, like all the new rides every year.
A lot of new rides.
There's one we have to try, the Rattler, we gotta go try that one.
My favorite ride is probably the Bazooka Bowls.
I'm gonna hit some of the slides. Which ones are you gonna hit?
The Rattler, and probably the Bazooka Bowl.
Are you a strong swimmer? Yeah.
Have you guys been on the Bazooka Bowls before?
Not together.
Not together. First time together.
We're gonna race today.
Have you guys been to Cultus Lake Water Park before?
Yes.
This is
my 7th time.
We find that there's a lot of people in the Lower Mainland who've never actually veered off the highway at #3 road to Cultus Lake and haven't experienced the scenic views and the beach and the lake region.
What's your favorite thing about this place?
Valley of Fear! Valley of Fear! The Colossal Canyon!
What about you guys?
Not the Valley of Fear.
What's yours?
I actually like the Colossal Canyon.
My daughter's been here a few times and his first time, and I'm just glad he's enjoying it.
Where's he going? Backwards on the slide?
Yeah.
Just very recently, in the last couple of years, we've developed an amusement park here as well, Cultus Lake Adventure Park. Great combination of parks to add to the very scenic area. That's the reason why we're coining the phrase, 2 great parks, 1 destination.
We go to the new park now. The kids love it because it's like a mini playland there with all the rides, and there's some pretty scary ones there too, so.
It's like this is how close it is, because right now we're on the boardwalk, the new boardwalk.
Yeah, we're on the new boardwalk at the Adventure Park, and there's a whole new world of fun on this side of the highway where you don't have to get wet.
Okay, well let's head in here and see what we have.
One minute, unlimited shots. Don't you get sick on these ones when they spin? You don't want this to spin, do you?
I do get sick, so if I get sick, I'll go.
I want to move here when I'm older.
Yeah, it's so beautiful here. What's your favorite ride so far?
The roundabout. We just got off it. It was my first time. It was so scary, but it was really fun.
So much fun.
And we're going to the water slides tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. So you guys came here to check out the adventure park and the water slides.
Yeah.
Both. What is this?
This is our new bouncing ride called the Ribbit. It's so much fun.
So far, so good. I like this one.
Yeah, it's good.
Something I really like about this exact adventure park is that it looks so like Western, I guess I can say. Like everything is like, I don't know, it's just so cool.
You guys are having fun!
We're encouraging people to take advantage of both parks. Come out, enjoy a day of water sliding, come back a second time with a using the back of their ticket. They can get a discount at the amusement park on another visit.
1, 2, 3, 4 tickets. Just dipping my toes in the kids' pool here, Dean. Gotta cool off.
And why not? We're in the height of summer. You're watching Fraser Focus. We'll be right back.
Yep, gonna pull the other way.
Oh my gosh, we're gonna fall in.
No, you're okay.
Hey guys, welcome back to Fraser Focus, Local Faces and Local Places. It is our water-themed episode. We are at Crescent Beach and we are ready to go sailing.
There was an active race team here for many years, and then as kids aged out and moved on to college and university, the team kind of died, and now we've got youth that are interested again and really excited about getting on the water to race.
What's the best part about sailing?
I like it when it's like just like nice calm days and you can just hang out on the boat and lay back and get some sun and stuff like that. It's kind of my favorite part of sailing, but racing is really fun too, and just, I don't know, just being on the water is probably the best part. I grew up down here, and then every day just getting to come down here and be on the water and take out a boat is just it's just such a privilege. It's so nice.
If you decide to tack, and that's when you change directions.
Yeah.
So the boom will swing around like you witnessed on the other boat, and then also you'll want to switch the jib sail as well. So then this will come along around. And you'll want to pull it in on this edge. Good.
Do you think I'm gonna capsize?
Nah, you'll be fine. You got a great skipper, so.
Let that loose.
Oh my gosh.
You can duck your head.
Oh gosh. Whoa. Now do I pull the other way?
Yep, gonna pull the other way.
Oh my gosh. We're gonna fall in.
No, you're okay. It's more accessible than most people would think. You don't need to spend a lot of money. It's not crazy complicated. The basics are easy to learn, and then you can really go from there.
So what's the trick to being the best sailor?
Not worrying too much about, a lot of stuff, and just trying to focus on your own self-improvement. Most of sailing is just making the least amount of mistakes. That's the key to winning races, really.
I think if anyone's gonna fall in the water, it's probably gonna be us.
I qualified for Youth Worlds, represent Canada in a different type of boat, and I'm representing Canada in China in December.
That's for sailing?
For sailing, yeah. Yeah, so we qualified for that, so we have to hand in our training plan, and if that goes through, then that's what we'll be doing in December.
And how long have you been sailing?
I've been on sailboats since I was about 6 months old. Basically, my dad has it's called a keel boat, and it's a bigger boat. They don't tip over very easily. So, and then and I was down here on the beach one day, and I when I was younger, probably about 7, and my dad was just like, "Oh, would you like to try that?" And I started sailing here, and then I took a course somewhere else, and they're like, "Oh, you're actually pretty good. You should come race on our race team."
How long have you been sailing?
I've been sailing since I was 8, so for about 12 years. Yeah, and
you must love it then.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's a great summer job, and I couldn't ask for anything better. It's
watch your head.
Oh. I'll keep a hand on that.
So the program's going to run for 3 months, and we're hopefully going to do some inter-club racing with some of the other clubs in the Lower Mainland, and then take in some of the regattas on the BC race circuit.
So if somebody sees this and they go, "Oh, I want to get involved in that," is it too late?
Not if we still have spots open. We'll get them up to speed so they're at the same level as the rest of the team, and yeah.
And there they go, they're on the water. We'll be right back here with Fraser Focus in a moment.
I think there's concern that the farmed fish are having a negative impact on the wild stocks.
Welcome back to Fraser Focus. The term aquaculture is defined as the cultivation of marine life for human consumption. Now, if you throw in the word sustainability, fish farming comes to mind.
The two different basic types of farming that's happening in British Columbia right now is we do an on-land farming. So this is where there's large tanks of all fresh water on land, and the fish are kept from small fish to large fish in those tanks and taken right to the market in those tanks. And that's what they call on land.
We basically receive the fish at 5 grams, grades them up to about 150 grams, and then they get transferred out to the grow-out system.
Well, certainly the introduction of terrestrial fish farms is very encouraging for the future. I think it keeps them away from the wild stocks.
When you hit the supermarket, are you going to reach for that wild Pacific salmon or the farmed Atlantic?
I do eat farmed Atlantic, but only from a land-based fishery.
Would you say farmed fish or wild fish? What's your preference?
Wild fish for sure.
Why?
Just feels better.
My son goes fishing with his dad a lot, and they just go local lake fishing. But when I buy fish, I usually buy farm fish.
I don't have a preference. I'm not sure there is a big difference. I tend to just get what I like.
And what is what you like? What is your fish of preference?
Just fresh fish.
I'm thinking, why do we have to choose? I think that farming methods have been a little too intrusive of late, and it's time that we as consumers push for a change that is more sustainable.
We have the overhead, so we have our power, our pumps, our electricity, but we are also able to control the environment for the fish a lot better and keep an eye on the fish as a whole, I think a little bit better than in the net pen systems.
We've learned a lot about the husbandry and the care of the fish. So the technology that we're using right now in British Columbia is world class. There's no other place in the world that uses the technology that we do for the environmental monitoring.
Most of the big grocery stores are moving towards programs. The Vancouver Aquarium is a real leader in identifying sustainably harvested stocks.
Vancouver-based Ned Bell is known widely not only for his elegant and delicious cuisine, but also his passion for ocean life sustainability. And in what seems to be a perfect marriage, he recently decided to move in as executive chef at the Vancouver Aquarium.
For me, sustainability is the only conversation we should be having. It just makes sense. Not only is it better for our ecosystem and for our environment, for our species, but it allows us as chefs to make great choices when it comes to our fish.
Aquaculture will be the future for producing fish in British Columbia.
The aquaculture industry contributes $1.1 billion to British Columbia's economy and provides thousands of steady year-round jobs. After the break on the show, we'll continue on looking at farmed fish and a different perspective. You're watching Fraser Focus. We'll be right back.
Nobody likes a show off. That's perfect.
Just kidding.
Welcome back to Fraser Focus. Earlier in the show, we explored the aquaculture industry and fish farms. Now we're going to take a look at this topic from a different perspective.
When we go to the fisheries meetings, they tell us you got to start using the Sharon model. How are we going to teach our youth how to fish when they have to go pick it out of somebody else's truck?
Well, when you have a look at what this open net cage fish farm industry has done globally, they've always had demonstrated an impact on the native species of fish. And what happens is it's a perfect environment for sea lice, as one example of impact, to flourish. And then we start to have other concerns about the externalization of the excrement from 700,000 fish in a pen.
I think there's concern that the farmed fish are having a negative impact on the wild stocks through a combination of sea lice, disease, and possibly genetic dilution.
Net pen aquaculture operations raise several conservation concerns. Water flows freely through the pens and can carry waste and chemicals like pesticides into the local environment. In addition, there's the potential threat of disease transfer from the farmed fish to wild fish that swim past the pens.
There is some transfer of viruses, and potentially these viruses, that transfer could occur and it could decimate passing wild salmon stocks of several different species, many going to the Fraser River system. And often those salmon farms, of course, are nearby First Nations communities who rely on passing wild salmon stocks.
There always will be some part of the First Nations that are concerned about the risk that salmon farms propose to the wild fish. Well, we also understand these risks because fish are fish. All pollution, all of these urbanization, all of this stuff doesn't discriminate between wild fish and farm fish. And the open net pens are doing very well. There's not big disease problems. There's not all these problems that are sort of blown up in the marketplace. So there's no really need to put them on land. So as a farmer that actually has both on land and net pen, I think that's a well-integrated company in the future will use both pieces of this technology.
When we go to the store, how would we know that the farmed fish that we're about to buy is raised either on the ocean or on land?
The retailers, they're supposed to indicate whether they're wild salmon or farm-raised salmon.
We do carry some inland closed containment fish. So we have steelhead and we have rainbow trout because there's no commercial fishing on those. I mean, most people do not want the farm fish, and we don't support the offshore farming. So over the time we're educating people like with the steelhead and the trout, and if they're done properly, they're a great product.
Do you have kids?
I do.
And would you feed them farmed fish, or would you feed them?
I would prefer not to, no.
Do you mind me asking why?
I just think there's too many diseases and things I hear. It scares me.
Preference wild.
Why so?
Just because I've seen some of those farmed fish when we were on the boat, and it didn't look very good.
It's time for closed containment on land. Let's allow this industry to be 100% responsible for every aspect of its operations. And that's not asking too much.
Very interesting to learn about both perspectives on the aquaculture industry here in the Fraser region.
Stay with us here on Fraser Focus. We head over to White Rock to see some of the other cool water sports we have to offer here in the region.
Time to drop into those wetsuits.
What happens is people come here on a weekend and then they just can't get over how beautiful it is, and then the next step is they just want to move in to live here.
Dig, just dig. Yeah, there you go. That's good.
We're here from Abbotsford. We had a couple days off, so we were thinking about what we could do with the kids, and whether go to Vancouver. We didn't really think it was necessary. We thought White Rock is a little closer, so yeah, I think it's great. through kite surfing, wakeboarding, obviously the skimboarding lines. We also carry our own line of paddleboards. That's F1 SUP.
Hey, there we go.
Here they are.
People don't have to, you know, bring all their stuff too. They can rent it.
Everything, yeah. We've got, as you can see from skimboards, we've got the kiteboard equipment we don't really rent out. We do lessons for the kiteboarding here.
Nice. So should we hit the water now? Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Let's go. Let's head on down. This is amazing. You're out here with your dog Lucy, who seems to be quite comfortable.
She is. She's been doing it for about 3 years. We try to come out every day if we can. You get a day like this, it's just perfect.
What else can you do out on the water? What are some other things that you see people doing out here?
Wakeboarding, kiteboarding, and windsurfing.
See you guys later. Bye-bye.
We have one of the best ocean playgrounds in this area.
You're paddleboarding right now. Do you come out here and do this kind of stuff often?
One of my favorite things to do. Come out paddleboard, come out and play.
The most important thing to paddleboarding, you've got to make sure that paddle goes in the water because you're not going to move anywhere. There we are.
Okay.
Now when you're wanting to stand, rest your hands, keeping the paddle in your hands, resting your hands down on the board as if you're going to stand. Now pick a spot out in the distance. Keep your view out in the distance. It will help with your balance. And then 1 foot at a time, just slowly standing.
I'm getting nervous.
Just relax your body. Feet shoulder width apart. Look out in the distance. Now you're holding the end of the paddle.
Nice work, Leah.
Just
Fantastic.
relax. Good work.
Yes.
Nobody likes a show off. That's perfect.
Just kidding. Dean, I'm surprised I didn't fall in the water on that one or off the sailboat earlier.
Careful what you wish for. There's plenty of water around here.
And that's it for this week's episode of Fraser Focus, bringing stories from beyond the bridge.
If you have a story that you'd like us to share, please feel free to contact us. I'm Dean Atwell.
And I'm Leah Bolton. See you next week.